things we're going over in this game are the types of weapons, how they feel, the movement, and of course, that's the general combat and the enemies. That's it. So, to start out with, obviously, we got a sword. Now, unfortunately, in Blade and Sorcery, you can technically have sword, but it looks really clunky. The feel of the weapon is, like, really good, actually. Like, I love the feel of the weapons in this game. This game has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maps when you get it. It's just the base maps. Now, we will only have 5 on the quest, so we're really only going over the PC ports, but that might take away from the experience because you don't get this awesome map, the Citadel. But for recording purposes, we're going to head to the ruins. I want to go ahead and say I love the maps in this game, but there are some low poly spots, but the climbing in this game is so fun. Like, this isn't a combat thing, so that's not going to aid towards the actual rating that I'm going to give it. But it is a really good system. I love the climbing. I can spend hours just climbing. And the fact that you can grab almost all the loose items is really fun. And when you're in combat, you can smack people with stuff. But let's go over the weapons. The dagger. It's the most simple weapon. And of course you have your spells that you can chant stuff with. You get the other dagger. All the swords, ranging from a small little short sword to an actual short sword. I think it actually is shorter than that one. Now it usually goes up in size until you get to the antique greatsword, absolute behemoth of a sword. My personal favorite either has to be the greatsword, which I love, or the claymore. I love the claymore too, but it's a little bit too big, I think. This one's my personal favorite. Now we obviously got the spears. Got just the javelin. And you got the boar spear, just the javelin, but looks a little bit nicer. Then you got the axes. They aren't really anything special, sadly, because none of them do much damage. You get the lumber axe, the war axe, the hatchet, which is a really fun one, because when you throw it, it goes perfectly straight. You got the exotics, the dual blade staff. Its name speaks for itself. The rapier, thrusting weapon. You get the wrist blade, the wannabe Assassin's Creed thing. It's pretty fun. You got the one bow. Sadly, we only have one, I know. But the archery is really fun in this game. But it's not the greatest. When I say really fun, it's just fun because it's VR. It's not fun because they did something special with it. You got the two staffs that do the same thing. One's just different slightly. And they all do different things with the spells. Like this one releases mini fireballs. This one will create an area of effect of gravity around me. And it'll push people away. And this one, well, it's lightning. What do you expect it to do? Anyway, really cool. I like it. You get the shields. This is the only potion in the game. And it's got this little counter right here, and you can drink it to heal. You get food, an apple. Got the slicing, which is fun. It's decently smooth, but the weapon handling is sort of awkward. You can block stuff. As you can see, the game doesn't look that visually impressive, but you can block stuff like mages like that, and then finish them off. I have gore off for this video, but normally they would be like covered in blood, and this part is pretty fun, because the stabbing is really satisfying, like extremely. Now, another issue I find with it though, is the slicing is extremely unsatisfying. Like, there's no real feel when you do that, you know? It doesn't really... Also, the dismember it you just saw, that doesn't happen that often. It's kind of hard to do. so it's not that good. I honestly wouldn't mind if they completely removed dismemberment from the game, but that's just an opinion. It's part of the game, so we're gonna rate it. So overall, the combat in this game is really good if you want to feel like a one-man army. But if you want a game where you have to be tactical with your swings, this is not it. And obviously, it's a sword fighting game. And it is pretty fun. The only issue is it doesn't have much going for it to be fun. So once you get sick of this, what do? Not much. Now, unfortunately, on my PC, for some reason, the other game mode that this basically has, it's called Dungeons. It is not... It's fun. It's very fun. It's the whole stealth aspect. There's not much to it. It's more just like, be quiet and walk up to people, except you can make as much noise as you want, as long as you walk up to them. They're not in their point of view. They don't really have sound. But, no, the whole... That part of it does not work on my PC. It is glitched. I wish I could show you gameplay of that, but I cannot. But that was one wave of just that. So it's pretty fun, pretty liminal combat, but you can get pretty creative with it. But it really, you have to make it fun. Health management, not good. The slicing, not good. The impales are incredibly good. I love it. The archery is okay. And overall, I would give this game... Let's give it like... Give it a 15 out of 20. It gets a high rating from me because I do like it. I love the game. I played a lot. And trying to rate it without being biased is really hard. So I'm hoping that I covered all the points of why you might want or not want this game. Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
Alright, so sadly, my audio actually broke for this part. So I'm just gonna do a voiceover and show y'all the clips that I need to show y'all. To start off with, there is a ton of weapons, like a metric fuck ton, right? And there's mods to help that, but we're just talking about the base game in this part. So as you can see here, the actual ranged fighting is really fun. Like, I love doing it, but then I pick up a blade and that's pretty fun too. But overall, the slicing mechanic of the game is really fun, but it's not quite as good as the next game. But the stabbing is so good, like, it's so fun. And I like the fact that you can store these weapons and do power attacks like that. It's just all really fun. It works well together. And here you see me pick up an actual long sword and start swinging it around. And it has some weight to it, but I don't like the weight physics of this game much like I like the other ones. But the slicing is really satisfying too, especially with the heavier objects. But like I said before, the slicing is not quite as good as the next game. And as you can see here, I pick up a weapon from that chest. In this game mode, you can pick up weapons like that. And this is one of my favorite types of weapons, because watch this. This is awesome to me. Shing. But seriously, I love that. It's just so satisfying. So overall, I would probably rate this game an 18 out of 20, because in terms of quality of content and amount of content, I think it towers over Blade and Sorcery, as most of these mods are a lot better functionally than Blade and Sorcery's mods. And the gameplay itself, there's a lot more to do, it's all that good stuff, you know. But I will say this game is a lot more challenging, and that's not a bad thing to a lot of people, but if you're looking for a more laid-back experience, this is not the game for that, because you will die if you're just swinging wildly, you know? You gotta actually try to not get hit, which is really fun to me. I like it. And enemies are a lot harder to knock down, which again is just for difficulty purposes. But overall, yeah, 18 out of 20. It's at a higher score than Blade and Sorcery. On to the next game.
This is Hellsplit Arena. This game is Well, it's hard to explain just how fun this game is. Well, there's a lot of things that could use a lot of work. This game is just incredibly fun in almost everything I do in it. Now, my favorite part, personally, is slicing people in half with the claymore. That's just to, make sure I get this point across. I am rating the slicing of this game above every other game. Every other one. Because it is just so fun. And you also got the stabbing. The stabbing is also really good. With this little jousting thing. And go and, impale them, which is really fun. But you fight zombies instead of people in this game. Which, I guess for some people might be a reason they don't want to play it. But for me, it's just really cool. But if you look over there, we got an archer. And we're going to hit him with this. Boom! Stabbed him in his hand. Let's get off of here. I challenge you. Drop the bow. Let's go. Watch this slice. Boom! So good. If we have any luck, we'll be able to nail this guy. Ooh, look at that. And I will test the stabbing. Got him. Oh, I missed. Yeah. That is really fun. Oh, I missed that again. They also have really good armor detection. If you could tell, I tried to stab him right through the head, but I missed and hit the little cloth right there, so it stopped me from doing it, which I think is kind of dumb, because it is just a cloth, but the game has preset rules, and that's an archer right there. So that brings me to the next point, which is archery, which is the kind of primitive version. It's just a bunch of sticks tied together here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And then you have the recurve bow, which is the one I'll be testing. So you come over here. You have light, heavy, and explosive arrows. We're going to do heavy arrows just for this example. So the archery in this game is really fun. Absurd amounts of fun. Because it's just incredibly satisfying to do. But it's sort of hard to aim sometimes. So if we come over here... Oh, see, I missed that. So this guy is running away. So we're going to tag him in the back. Ooh. It's really satisfying. Ooh. I'm hit his shield. Shoot him in the leg. Shoot him in the head. Finish him off. Yeah, the archery in this game is just incredibly satisfying. But the actual accuracy of the bow is kind of hard to hit stuff sometimes. But it's not that bad. You see the bow bending physics are a little bit weird, especially if you tilt the arrow at all. But all in all, I like the archery in this game. It's really fun. Oh, I say as I missed 2 shots. Whew, miss again. What the hell? Oh, he must have been blocking it. That's awesome. Block that. Easy. Oh, but in this game, picking somebody up, it barely allows you to move afterwards, which is a big issue for me. As I love those fights where I can just grab somebody and throw them into somebody else. But you can't do that in this game. Which is a big gripe. But besides that... Oh. That is the only issue I have with this game, honestly. Everything else is really good. Besides the story, of course. But that's not really a whole part about the feels of the game. Oh, I missed. The story part definitely just either needs to be fully removed or fully revised because it is just really annoying and there's no real need for it as it is. So I would rate this game 19 out of 20. I think it towers over the other 2 games in terms of just medieval combat, But if it came to terms of mods, I would definitely put Battle Talent above this game. But when it comes to, if you want to feel like a one-man army, I definitely recommend Blade and Sorcery.
Alright, I would like to thank all of you for watching this video, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. Good night, and good luck.